The trail we are doing today is an overnight trip into the mountains. We will start in Alberta and end sometime tomorrow in BC. This was a spontaneous decision. We were in Waterton National Park on vacation. We decided because we were so far away from home, we should look and see if anyone in the area was organizing an off-road trail run. As our convoy of 7 jeeps hit the trail, we noticed a group of hikers and recall someone mentioning a hiking trail up to a beautiful lake. Oh, we're here?
Guess so.
We arrived at Window Mountain Lake and we are just starting out on the trail. This is bear and cougar country, so I remind Tim to take the bear spray. He replied, "I also have the bear stick." I'm like, what's the bear stick? He's like, "Oh, you know, the stick I throw between your legs so you trip up and fall and I keep running." He said you only have to be faster than the person you're with. I think I should have carried the bear spray. We came upon this cave in the side of the mountain. You couldn't pay me enough to go inside. Well, I thought this was pretty cool. They actually have bear lockers for you to lock up your food. 2 groups of people were backcountry camping. What a beautiful place to come. Just relax, fish, walk around the lake, or hike up the mountain. When I saw this cross, I could not help but think of the events that led to this heartfelt tribute. The lake gets its water from the snowmelt and underground springs. While the cold water might deter swimming, it would be a great place to kayak. We just left Window Mountain Lake to start on our way to Racehorse Pass. There is also a plane crash site that we plan on hiking into tomorrow, if we can find it. In the meantime, the boys are having a blast playing in the puddles and the washouts along the way. This is Danny and his meticulously crafted JKU. He has equipped it with a pair of Dynatrax axles and bead-locked 40-inch tires. The best part, however, has to be the 6.4 Hemi under the hood.
Public land use zone boundary. Don't know if that means we're not supposed to go any further or what.
We have reached the Racehorse Pass, and the breathtaking views of the mountains, especially the Crow's Nest Mountain, are truly spectacular. This is a close-up of Crow's Nest Mountain. It is easily recognizable by its cool, round shape.
Waterfall to the left here. Keep your eye on the road though. It's kind of a steep drop on the other side.
Everyone stopped to enjoy the view and take a few pictures. We saw another trail and Tim said I'd love to follow that and see where that goes, but time didn't permit. I couldn't help but video this guy. He must be a professional rally driver.
You gonna do a snow angel?
Till I fall down. That worked. For anyone that doesn't know, I am Barb, the snow angel, and as Tim would say, the devil with horns. Tim thinks I am mischievous, but I just like to have fun.
Okay, are you happy?
It It was amazing to drive along a single-lane shelf road of a mountain, the breathtaking scenery unfolding before me. But my attention was periodically diverted by the loose rocks sliding down into our path. I was getting concerned about a possible landslide. And this is Tim, aka Nutcase.
Trail down below.
I was just starting to relax again when I seen this section of road with enormous loose rocks on both sides. I was a little anxious to get past this section.
Okay, so there's a little fork here. I'm not too sure which way to take yet, but we'll find out. Well, we're still on the Gaia track. There's two tracks. One goes straight, one goes through a quick chicane and comes back to the main trail. Yeah, it's actually cool. There's a little rock garden here.
That way now.
Danny has a really capable Jeep and made this look really easy. Bruce and Jarrett arrived in Bruce's newly acquired Willys JLU. Of particular interest was the do-it-yourself fuel can mount. Bruce, don't be surprised if you see this setup on our Jeep.
Nice and slow. You're fine. That no.
His
That way.
Jeep is equipped with a winch, lights, jack, bumpers. Aside from this, it's mostly stock.
Can you back up? There you go. Turn that way. Get it that way. You might.
The Tacoma dented his side rail when he struck it off a rock on the way down. This is Tim in our stock Rubicon JK. We are slowly getting it ready for overlanding, and this is our first trip out. What do you think of the Beverly Hillbillies do-it-yourself gas cans? This was such a spur-of-the-moment trip that we yard sailed for gas cans along the way. Danny, as you can tell, enjoyed this section. He decided to go back up, but his rig is built for this. So what does Tim decide to do? Oh yeah, let's follow him. Tim was wishing he had his TJ on 42s right now. Do I think Tim could have made it? Oh yeah, absolutely, but not without breaking something. This is Dallas and his almost new Toyota Tacoma. It has a small lift and 33-inch tires. It's fun to see different vehicles on the trails, but I don't think I could bring myself to put something this new in the woods. It's almost guaranteed every time you go into the woods you're going to get a new scratch or a pinstripe. What a great picture of Ty and Caitlyn in their nicely built Toyota Land Cruiser with king shocks, a lift, and 35-inch tires. I have not seen many rigs like this off-road, but this one performs extremely well. Caitlyn was such a wild driver, Ty thought it was safer for him to get out and walk this section. Just kidding, she was an amazing driver.
Maybe, I can't quite see my far side here.
You're right there.
Climb on that. Yeah. You gonna drop on the back, like 6 inches? Perfect. Good job.
didn't think we had enough kayaks, so he decided to buy another one while we were on vacation. As we navigated this section that was cluttered with fallen trees, we did our part to clean it up along the way.
Well, we did apparently Racehorse Pass. I thought we were still on it, but we're in BC now, so it's definitely open. Really cool trail, a lot of rock on the way down, so it was very bumpy. Had to be careful to not bang up rockers and stuff, but everybody here seems to be having a good time, and so far no real damage. And we're looking for wherever the extension to Racehorse Pass or wherever it goes when you get to BC.
We stopped here to look at the maps and see where we went wrong. The view of the mountains was absolutely incredible. Realizing our mistake, we turned around and headed in the opposite direction. So this was our first of many places that we were not sure where we were going. Jared, I sure hope you have your seatbelt on or you're going to have a headache.
We're going to be turning left here pretty soon and heading towards the main road, I guess. It is supposed to be about 20 minutes towards this trail.
But yes, it's going to be a night of a lot of bug spray, I would say.
This is where we have decided to stop for the night. Notice how everyone is setting up a tent except for us and Walter. I will not sleep in a tent in bear and cougar country. I am terrified of bears. Tim asked me about a rooftop tent. I would not feel any safer unless it was a hard-sided one. So we sleep inside the Jeep. Tim removed the back seat and built a platform for a mattress. We fired up the barbecue to grill rib steaks, potatoes, mushrooms, and onions. And of course, we had a bottle of wine. Unfortunately, we were sitting, and Tim don't sit well. His friends would say he has ORAD, off-road ADD. And it kicked in. Instead of just sitting around doing nothing, he spotted a little hill with some rocks. So he had to just go try the Jeep out. This is really the first time this Jeep has been off-road, and he wants to see what it is capable of. He was impressed at how well a stock Rubicon performs. So he does want to get bigger tires for it, probably 35s. Well, that's what he says now, but if you've ever seen his TJ, he has destroyed parts on it, and he rebuilt it bigger, better, and faster. I hope this is not the same. Afterwards, Dallas, Bruce, and Jared joined us for an evening around the fire. The next morning, we get up and start on the trail. It is a little wet. It must have rained during the night. The trail is a lot tighter. It's not as open as it was on the Alberta side. It also has lots of mud and water holes. Some of the trees were really large. Danny started cutting the tree but got tired, so Jared took over. Nobody thought of bringing a chainsaw. Just as the saying goes, that a dog is a man's best friend, it's evident that Walter has discovered his most loyal companion. He is driving a diesel JL Rubicon and has a really sleek roof rack I haven't seen before. We found an open area, so we thought this would be a good place to stop and get something to eat. The flies were really bad here.
Beat that.
Here we have Corey with his Rubicon on 35-inch tires and a small lift. And this young lady is Corey's daughter.
Yeah.
So the whole piece, one mud flat was $18 from Granger.
Oh yeah. I would have gone to the minimum legal limit, like right at the hub.
After lunch, we geared up to resume our journey along the trail. The terrain has changed. There are lots of valleys and streams, and the rocks have now been replaced by dirt. If you like this video, please give us a like and hit the subscribe button. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Your help with this would be greatly appreciated. With so many stream crossings, I couldn't help but stop and take a video. According to Gaia maps, it indicates we should turn right at this point, and we're hopeful that this path leads us toward the way out. This road is clearly more traveled. It seems like the way out. While the view of the mountains was breathtaking, this particular area appears to have been cultivated. We came upon a no trespassing sign. We stopped to try and figure out where we are. Two members of our group ventured out to search for an exit, while the rest of us patiently awaited their return. Realizing we had to turn around, we began retracing our steps in the same direction we came. Fortunately, luck was on our side, as we encountered someone on the trail who knew the way out.
Sparwood is there, Alfred's there. You keep on this road, you'll come to a paved road that goes to Tex Pine Creek, turn left.
And how far out to this turn is it?
Probably 30 kilometers to the pavement.
Okay.
You'll hit, then you'll be going back into Alberta.
Sounds good.
There's an avalanche.
An avalanche?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Following the directions of the person we met, we came to a gate and another no trespassing sign. Realizing that this was another dead end, we promptly turned around and headed in the opposite direction. We know we are getting closer to finding the way out because we see a reservoir with a man-built spillway.
Small spillway.
This is the very area the lady mentioned as the avalanche zone. This gave us hope, knowing we were on the right trail. As we end this stunning mountain trail, we leave behind the towering peaks and whispering pines. We carry with us memories of every climb and breathtaking view. The mountains are already calling us back.